Guys, right, we're going to do some auto racing in order to level our car up. So I'm going to go and buy a new car that will be level 1. Then I'm going to get the game to actually play itself while I go about my business and level up that car, hopefully to level 50, but we'll see where it gets. So I want to buy a Formula 70s car. I've got one already, but it's my favourite thing to drive, so I'm going to buy another one. So let's filter these and go Formula 70s. And we've already got this. So what should we buy? Should we buy the Lotus or the... Oh, we could buy the McLaren. They're all beautiful, aren't they? We can't buy that one because I haven't got the DLC. So I'm going to go for the McLaren. So let's buy this. Purchase car. Yes, we will keep it this colour because it is beautiful. Right, let's buy that. Now, we're going to go to Maple Park and we're going to go on the short track. It takes about 40 seconds to do a lap. We're going to have the racing fee play. So, quick setup. Circuit race. Maple Valley, sorry, not Maple Park. Maple Valley, short circuit. It's the shortest track. It's got some nice corners. The game can actually do this track quite well, whereas on some tracks it goes off track and it hits the wall, so we don't want those. We want to do a lot of laps, so we're going to do, I think maybe 80. Let's put it at 80. Clear weather, noon. No driver tars because you actually get the same amount of money. I did a little bit of a test and I got more money with no driver tars versus some driver tars. It might be because I've got the game doing everything for me. So that's the setup. That's what we're going to do. We're accepting that. And we're also going to... I'll show you my settings that I've currently got for the car to drive itself.
Finish the fast turn 1 farmhouse carousel.
Right, so driver assists. We've got the suggested line on full, although to be honest I think you could probably switch that off. Braking fully assisted, throttle assisted, steering fully assisted, whatever that is off. Oh, it's pits, so we're not going to do that. Traction control and stability, you do need them on. If you don't have them on, the car does spin out and it goes off track and stuff. Shifting automatic, and all of that stuff is on default. So that's what we've got set up. And on the difficulty, we have... I mean, this doesn't matter because there's no driver tars. So let's put it on 8. It might give us some more money. It might not realise that there's no driver tars and give us extra credits. So we might as well. This is the important one, though. It has to be on club rules because if it's not, we'll run out of petrol. And we don't want to run out of petrol. So we've got to have it on club rules. So we'll save that. And then we'll start the race. But before I do, I've got a hairband that I'm going to put on my controller over the right trigger accelerator control so that my controller is 100% throttle constantly. So when I press start, it's going to be revving the engine. I'm then going to put my controller down and let it do the race. About every 15 minutes, it does kind of pause the game and say, "Oi, you're still playing?" And you have to kind of say yes. So just have it going on in the background and ignore it. So I'm just going to press start. I'm going to let it do a couple of laps just so we can watch. Then I'm going to pause the stream. I'm going to let it finish off doing all its stuff, and in about an hour or so I'll unpause it and we'll see what level the car has got to. So let's start the race. Yeah, we're revving. I find it absolutely unbelievable that the game has this ability. I love this car. I love all of the 1970s cars. They're amazing. Now, obviously, we're going to get some credits as well, but it's not loads of credits. But I don't know whether that's simply because we've got the game doing the job for us. It might be. But what we're mostly aiming for here is to get the car level as high as we possibly can, which is all about getting good segments, really. So I'm gonna leave this actually playing until we get up to car level 2, just to give us a rough idea of how long it takes us to get up to that level on number of laps. So we're about to finish our first lap. I was doing this on Silverstone, which worked out quite nicely. I kind of wanted to experiment with different tracks. I think it comes down to whichever track has the most sectors, well, the most segments they call them, don't they, per mile, and doing it like that, and that's probably the best way to do it. But this is nice. It's dead short. It's a pleasant thing to watch, and the game is actually quite good at driving around this track and keeping pretty good segments. So we're getting those bonuses. So yeah, the best thing you could do is to test this on per minute, wouldn't it? To do lots of different tracks and test it per minute. I can't be bothered to do that. I mean, to be honest, you just set it going and leave it to it, don't you? And then you just bugger off and do your own thing. I reckon we're going to need another couple of laps before we hit car level 2. I've got to say, it doesn't seem to be levelling up quite quickly, as quickly as it was when I was doing the laps around Silverstone. That seemed to be better. Maybe there's more segments. Who knows? Yeah, I did seem to be going up a little bit faster than this on Silverstone. Well, there we go. We've managed to level up the car to level 2. Took us 5 laps, so I don't know whether this is linear or not. But if it is, then we're probably going to get to about level 16 by the end of this, if it is linear. But we'll see what happens. I'll pause the video, and at the end of this race, I'll come back and we'll see what level the car is. But obviously, you can just leave this going and just do stuff without having to grind it yourself. But I do think possibly Silverstone seemed to be a more efficient way of getting the car to level up. But yeah, I'll pause and I'll come back and unpause the stream at the end of the race. So see you in a bit. Right there guys, we're on the last lap. We expected to get about 16 on our car level and we're at about 15.5, so it was about right. And this has been going on for roughly an hour. So let's just finish the last lap and see what the final result is. Oh, I hope we squeeze it over 15. It's going to be close. We're definitely going to get it, aren't we? It's going to be 16 then. So 80 laps around, where are we? Maple Valley. And on the short course. About an hour. And we've got up to car level 16. Well, we will have when we get round this corner. Come on, come on. There we go. Oh, there we go. Maple Valley short track. Car level 16 from 0. Took an hour. I mean, I've been watching Netflix, and every now and then the controller went off. It happened maybe twice, so I had to just turn it on and press the A button to continue. So we also got some credits, obviously. It's not going to be very much, is it? We won the race. That was just me against nobody. So we came first and also last. Bloody hell, I wasn't expecting that much. So we got 47,700 credits, which is pretty good, really. So that took us about an hour, but obviously it was all the game doing all the work. We didn't do anything at all. And now our car is level, what was it, 16? So we could now perk up the car and then just set it to doing it again if we wanted to. So we got all this stuff. And we got some extra credits for a reward as well, but that was for reaching driver level 30, so that's quite nice. So we got 130,000 credits, but we're almost out before we started that because I spent almost all my money on this car. So there we go, that's the really simple way of leveling up your cars. I actually watched a little bit of that race, and I've not raced that track before, but it looks like loads of fun. So I might get in there and do some actual real racing on that track with other cars, just for a little bit of fun. So yeah, it looks good. Never tried it before, but that particular version of the track looked really nice. Nice and quick, fast corners. It just looked really nice, quite mellow. That's all from me, guys. Hope you found this video useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up and all that jazz. Leave comments. Let me know if you've tried this on a different track and you got any better results or any of that kind of thing. I think that I was leveling up faster on Silverstone. Obviously, it's a much longer track. It takes over 2 minutes as opposed to 40 seconds. But I don't know whether there's just more segments per minute. And obviously that is the factor. It's the number of segments you go through in the time period, and that is what levels up your car. So I think Silverstone was a little bit better. Would be interesting to experiment with them against each other, but I honestly can't be arsed, because even if this one, you know, you're just leaving it in the background while you're doing something else. So as I said, I was watching Netflix on my laptop, and every now and again I had to press a button. That's all from me. Take care.